record this one.
This conference will now be recorded.
Basically, invoice receipt is the last step of your procure to pay cycle. So we are generating an invoice receipt here. So and this you find the logistics invoice verification, document entry, and enter invoice. Okay. So the company code you have to specify for which company code that we are generating this invoice 3435, and provide the invoice date here. This already we discussed for today. And the purchasing document. What is the document? Maybe 207. Okay. And here you find the calculate tax. Just click on here. It will calculate the tax percentage, how much you have to pay, and enter the value here. Okay. 14570 and comma 6. Okay. Yeah. Now the balance becomes 0 here. See, and it is showing that it is posted and can be posted, which means now we can post this invoice to the accounting. So that accounting document is going to be the basis for the clearing the payment for the vendor here. To post into the accounting, we have to click on the simulate button. Okay, so it will show you what are the GL accounts in which these values are getting updated here. Basically, this is our vendor's GL account, and this is your goods received invoice of GL account, and this is the tax GL account where exactly it's getting updated. So in this case, what is going to happen? This vendor GL account is going to be credited, and the goods received GR and IR account is going to be debited, and input tax this account will get debited here. So click on post button here, then it will automatically post into the accounts, and then it will create the document here. See, this is the document which is created. Now I want to see what is the accounting document that is generated for this invoice receipt here. For that, just select this invoice document and click on display. Display the invoice document and click on this follow on documents. And it will generate an accounting document you see here. Okay, just double click on it, then it will show you what is the GL accounts which are getting updated here. See here, this is the vendor GL account which is credited, and these are all the GL accounts which are debited from the business perspective. And this value is getting posted to the business area 3435 with the transaction key WRX. KBS is the transaction key through which the vendor GL account is going to be credited, and WRX is the transaction key through which GR and IR clearing account is debited. VST for the tax, it is debited here. Okay, so this is the way that we are going to create the invoice, and we can able to display the document that is a basis for paying the amount to the vendor here. For example, let us say in one more scenario, okay, let us say that, so we have generated a PO for example, 25 pieces, and without generating GR, we are generating IR with reference to that PO for 25 pieces. Then whether system is going to accept or not. Okay. So how to execute? That means here the scenario is going to be something like this. Okay. For example, this is my plant premises. Okay. This is my plant premises, and in this plant premises, this would be my manufacturing unit where all the machines have been placed there, so that they're going to produce the material here. And this is the place where the stock people, okay, so stock in charge, who is going to receive the stock here. And this is somewhat in my plant process. I have a purchasing division. Okay. I have a purchasing division which is generating some purchasing orders. And in the my plant premises only, I have one more section, that is billing section. For example, this purchasing people have generated one PO on vendor for 25 quantities. Immediately, that vendor whom we raised this purchase order, this vendor has to deliver the goods to us, and that we are going to receive as a GR, goods receipt. But without entering the GR, we are trying to enter the IR, invoice recipient billing, with reference to this purchase order. Then how the system is going to accept, and how to create an invoice receipt without GR also. Okay, that is the process we are going to see here. Enter, okay, IR, sorry, IR before GR, before GR. So how to enter here? First of all, we have to create one PO. Okay, so the T code to create the PO here is ME21N. We are creating one PO here. Okay, yeah. So we are selecting our own PO. That is Nestle PO, and here it is asking for vendor. Yeah, this is my vendor, and this is my purchasing organization and group and company code. And in the item overview, I'm just entering the material. What is the material we created? 500643. And the PO quantity, for example, 25. And here you see the plant and the store location. So it is JEDV actually. Yeah. So when you want to create, okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so when you want to create an invoice receptor without entering the GR, you should deselect this one. Okay, here what is it is it's a goods receipt based invoice verification. That means we always create an invoice verification receptor once the goods are received or once the goods are posted to our plant in the system. So if you deselect here, then the system will allow you to create an invoice before GR. So deselect this one and click on go to the messages and maintain the output type and medium function in the languages and go to communication method, maintain the local printer and go back. And click on check the document. Definitely shows no message issued during check. Now save the purchase order. Yeah, so the order number is 313. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm going to create a invoice without a GR here. Okay, let's see how the system is going to react here. So here invoice date, the same date I'm taking. The document which we have created is 313. Okay. Once you enter, you observe here the amount and the quantity is going to be blank here. So when we enter in the item row, okay, the quantity and the amount are coming as a blank because the GR is not entered here. So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to enter manually the quantity and the price also. Okay, that means we are entering manually for how much quantity the invoice is received from vendor and enter the amount as per PO for the quantity here. So here For example, the quantity that we are receiving as 25, okay, and enter the amount as, for example, 4,000. Okay. Yes. So once you enter and click on calculate the tax here also, so that you can able to see what is the thing. So yeah. So and how much is the amount to be paid here now? Enter the amount also 14,160 here. This is the amount to be paid. But here you see it is giving a warning message here. So what is this message here? Quantity delivered is 0. Okay, quantity delivered is 0 and the price also too high, 25 bucks, 50 USD exceeded. That's what it is showing the message here. So in this case, what we can do, if it is a GR based invoice, then without GR, if IR is posted, the same message comes as an error. Okay, now it is getting the message as a warning message here. But if you deselect, what we did in purchase order, we deselected the GR based invoice. If you not deselected it and you're trying to enter the invoice without the GR, then this is going to be error message, not as a warning message here. Okay, so here what is the message you're seeing? It is correct, but blocked here, which means the invoice is going to be created, but blocked for payment. Okay, so now you can see here, click on simulate, and it is getting posted to your accounts only. Click on post. But once it is getting posted, you're going to see a message saying that the invoice document is created, but it is blocked for the payment. You can see that error here. Yeah, so here you see document is created, blocked for payment. So when the invoice is blocked for any kind of the reasons for the payment, then we have to release the blocked invoices. Okay, so we have to release the blocked invoices. How to release the blocked invoices here? By using the T code MRBR. This is the T code through which we are going to maintain. Now we'll go to the T code MRBR here. Otherwise, we can also go with further processing, and here you can see release blocked invoices. Okay. Yeah. So here you can observe logistics, logistics invoice verification, and further processing. Here you see the T code MRBR, release blocked invoices here. You just click on this one and provide your company code, and without providing this also, okay, so maybe we won't remember the document number. So just provide the company code or the vendor number for which you want to provide it. So yeah, 3000800. For this vendor, what are the blocked invoices that you want to see? So just click on here, execute here, then it will show you the blocked invoices. Okay, this is the invoice which is blocked. So now how to release this invoice? Before knowing how to release this invoice, first of all we need to know why it is blocked here. Okay, so that you can see when you drag it like this, you can see why it is blocked. Here you see the quantity blocking reason is for quantity and blocking reason is for price, which means what is happening here, the quantity and price is the reason for which the system has blocked this payment, blocked this invoice for the payment here. Okay, so here you can we can have quantity variances and price variances as automatically blocking the invoice here. So how to release this invoice? So just you select this document and click on this release invoice. Once you release it, it will show you, yeah, so it is status is release invoice. Now you save it automatically this invoice will get released. Okay, so this is the way that you're going to release the invoice here. And here you can see here there are three types of the blocking procedures are there. When you're going for MRVR, it is showing the blocking procedure. Blocked due to variances. What do you mean by due to variances here? Which means, for example, purchase order is raised for 25, but we have not received any stock. That means our GR is 0 only here. But when we are raising the IR, we are raising for 25 quantities. That means there is a quantity variance is there. And also for this IR, in the IR, we are maintaining some amount to pay to the vendor here. That means 0 we are received, but we are paying $12,000. Okay. So that means there is a price variance is also there. So if any quantity differences are there, if any price differences are there, then the system will automatically block that invoice here. That is nothing but blocked due to variances. That's what I'm saying. We can also block the invoice manually by putting our own reason why we want to block this invoice. That is also we can make it out. And here we have one more way, that is stochastically blocked here. Okay. So stochastically blocked means here we want to block the invoices on like on a monthly basis. Okay, monthly on 31st of 30 last day of month. I want to block all the invoices, so that you can able to make it out with the stochastically blocked here. Okay, so how to how to block the invoice manually here? First of all, what we are trying to do here is we create one purchase requisition, purchase order. Okay, ME21N. Okay, so we are selecting the material. So why this tax code is again ZB is coming here? Why? Because in the info record we have maintained the tax code as ZB. Okay? So that is the reason it is taken here. We can be able to change in the info record. For example, let me go to here. ME12. This is to change the info record for the material purchasing organization plant. Yeah. So here. Tax code I have selected as ZB here. That is the reason it is showing the error. Now I am putting as a ZB. Okay. It is now from then onwards, from now onwards, we don't see that kind of error. So messages. Okay. Now click on check the document and save it. Now what we are trying to do, we are going to receive these goods an MS0. We are receiving these goods. So goods received with reference to the purchase order 314, for example. And in the where button, we are going to specify the person who is going to receive the goods and click on this item OK. And we are receiving the whole quantity, 25 quantities only. Okay. Click on check and click on post here. Okay. So the material document is generated and it is getting updated to your accounts also. Okay. As an accounting document also will get generated. and everything is normal here. Okay, so the normal process only that we are doing here, normal standard procurement process. You can see the accounting document also. Here what is happening, inventory raw material GL account is going to be credited and goods received invoice receipt account is going to be debited here with the transaction keys BSX and WRX. Now what I am trying to do, I am creating an one invoice for the document in MIRO. Okay, and what is the document have? Document number is going to be 314. For this, we are creating it. Okay, this is the amount to be paid, and I'm selecting the calculate tax and total amount 13,009 and 5. Yeah, the balance is zero now, right? Here, if you want to block the invoice manually for the payment, then in the payment button, if you click on here, here you see payment block. Here it is free for payment. So if you want to block the invoice, then you should give blocked for payment. Any reason that you should have to mention here. Okay. Payment clearing or payment requesting or skip account, something like this. You can give it blocked for payment like this, and click on simulate. Okay, and click on post. That means here what we are doing here, we are manually blocking the invoice here. Here also this invoice is created but blocked for payment. Right. So what are you doing? The message that you see here, document is created but blocked for payment here. So these blocked for payment invoices, how to release it here? Going through the P code MRBR. Here you have to select this one because we have manually blocked it. So it is not blocked automatically due to some variances here. So it is manually blocked. You should select manual payment block, and you can provide vendor here for which vendor you want to see. Now if you select here, then it will show you the document. And when you drag it like this, you can see here, you can see it is M. M stands for manual blocking. Okay, log payment block. Manually we have blocked it. So now select the document and click on release. Yes, and then save it. Then the invoice is going to be released. Okay, so this is the way that we can able to block the block the invoice, and that blocked invoice can be released by the authorized person. So that means in an hierarchy you will have the executive, then on top of that supervisor, on top of that purchasing manager, on top of that general manager, like that you do have hierarchy. So the executive who created the invoice which is blocked for payment should be released by the manager only. So this MRBRT code, the transaction authorization will be given to the manager, so that the manager will release the invoice based on by discussing with the vendor here. Okay. Yeah. So one more kind of the transaction that we are going to perform as part of your invoice, that is called credit memo. Okay. So how to perform the credit memo here? So credit memos are entered to reduce the amount or excess quantity or to collect the amount from the vendor for return goods. Okay. So it is are entered to reduce the amount. Okay. Why we are going to reduce the amount? Because when we are paying, we paid the total amount, but after the business paid to the vendor, then the business found that the price is too high. Price is too high. Then what we are doing, we are asking the vendor to pay some amount. Okay, vendor to pay amount, some amount. Okay, some amount based on the discussion. that is to reduce the payment, or excess, okay, excess quantity. Okay. So if any excess quantities are being made, so then for that also we are going to create and credit memo here. And if we return the goods, okay, we return the goods, but he is not supplied to us, he is not replaced that goods, so then we are going to generate a credit memo. So these are all the different kind of the scenarios where we can able to create a credit memo here. For that, first of all, what we are trying to do here is we are going to create one PO, and then we'll say we are going to say we'll receive the goods from the vendor, and then we'll create an invoice. After the invoice, then we assume that okay, the vendor, whatever the quantity he delivered, that amount is more than the actual value. Then we are asking the vendor to pay amount. That is, we are going to create as a credit memo here. So let us see how to perform this process here. First of all, we'll try to create one purchase order, ME21 yen. Observe the thing. What I'm trying to do here is, yeah. So we just enter all the information. But here, what we are trying to do here, the delivery, not invoice. The invoice, we are unselecting this goods receipt based invoice, so that we can reduce the quantity and we are going to post it. Okay, if you do not select this one, if you do not if you not deselect this one, then your invoice is going to be blocked for payment. In that case, you will not be able to create a credit memo if it is blocked. So what I'm trying to do, I'm removing this check mark here, checkbox, and then I'm checking the document. Yeah, so that may be not required. I'm saving it. Okay. And while receiving the goods, what is happening? Let's see here. In MIGO, yeah. So here you see goods receipts, purchase order. What is the document? 315. Okay. So basically we have the order for 25 quantities, but what we are trying to do, we are receiving only 20 quantities here. We are receiving only 20 quantities. That means that the vendor said that he only able to deliver the 20 quantities now. So that we are receiving here, and click on check here. Yes, document is okay, and click on post. So once you posted here, then what has happened here? We have received only 20 pieces, 20 bags of that one, but we ordered for 25, but we received for 20 pieces. And assume that now the vendor what is saying, okay, okay. So what he is saying, okay, I will deliver the remaining five quantities, five bags later. Okay, you please make a invoice for 25 bags. Okay, so that means the vendor what is did, he was, we have ordered for 25 quantities, but when we are receiving the goods, we received for 20. But this vendor is saying to the billing section that, okay, boss, I have delivered only 20 bags only, but you please make a bill for 25 quantities. The remaining five bags I will send you later. So that's what he said. So the billing executive, what he's going to do, he's going to create the invoice for the 25 quantities here. For example, let us say he is trying to create the invoice for 25 quantities. That means the full quantity of your purchase order. So MIRO here. Okay. So the document here is going to be 315. Yes. So calculate tax and enter the total amount here. Yeah, so here what is happening here, it is showing 20 bags only, but the vendor is asking us to go for 25 bags. So I'm just entering the 25 bags here, and I'm changing the amount also to be paid for this vendor for 25 bags. And the amount has been changed to 14150. Okay, 14160. Okay, this is the amount to be paid. So here you can see here, yeah. So here also what is happening here? There is a difference of quantity and the price variance is there. That is the reason the invoice is correct but blocked for the payment. Click on simulate and post it. Okay. Once it is posted, and the accounting team, the accounting people, what they did, they have paid the amount to the vendor. But after 1 week or 10 days, the vendor assumed that the vendor is not going to deliver that remaining 5 pieces, 5 bags. But we have already invoices entered for the 25 pieces, 25 bags. But GR goods receipt is entered for the only 20. Okay. So in that case, what we are doing here, okay, so we are going to enter a credit memo to collect the remaining 5 pieces, 5 bags amount from the vendor. How do we collect here? So go to the same transaction code. Here you enter credit memo. Okay. So some validity date we are entering here. And here you have to enter the purchase order number, the same purchase order number, that is 315. Yeah, here you have to change. Okay, in the item row, you have to change, enter the excess quantity and the amount, how much we have done here. 5 quantities and maybe, okay. Okay, so this we have to enter here. Okay, so then what we are trying to do, we are going to creating a credit memo for this amount. And now the balance is going to be how much amount to be paid here? 1000 here. Yeah, so we are also going to calculate the tax for this amount also. Then it is going to be 1180. Now the amount will become to the zero. Okay, without it giving any reason here. Yes. So now click on simulate. Now you can see the vendor account is going to be debited and our accounts are going to be credited. And whatever the loss of the price that we got it, that variances also will get posted to one more GR account here. And now click on post here. Yes. So now the document number is created, no blocking here. Okay. This is the way that you are going to create a credit memo. So this is what is the process here. Here the vendor is delivered only the less quantity that whatever we ordered. But at the time of billing, we did for the whole quantity of purchase order. At that point of time, we are creating a credit memo for the excess quantity for that invoice. Okay, excess quantity, whatever we invoiced for that, we are generating a credit memo here. In one more process, if you see here, in another process, we have created one purchase order for 25 pieces or 25 bags, I'm saying. Okay. And GR also done for 25. And IR, invoice receipt, is also generated for 25 bags. Once the payment is made to the vendor, then we found that some of the 5 bags are damaged. Okay, 5 bags are damaged here. So in that case, what is going to happen? These 5 bags we are returning to the vendor. We are returning to the vendor in the MyGo. So how many bags that we have returned? For that, what we have to do? We need to get the payment from the vendor. For that, we are going to create in my row, we are going to create a credit memo. You understand the point here? This is also one more way of generating the credit memo here. So how to execute it? This process, Robert, I am giving as an assignment for you. You need to create a one PO, one GR and IR. Then you return the bags in MyGo with the movement type. What is the movement type we are going to use to return the vendor here? 122. Okay. 124 is the movement type to return to vendor. Do you able to perform this scenario, Robert?
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So I want you to execute it because for me, I can able to execute the thing. Okay. No problem at all. I can able to execute it. Okay. But I want you to do some kind of the hands-on with the process. You understand the process here? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I'm gonna look at it again, but yeah, please upload this video. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
over it again.
definitely I will upload it.
Yeah,
No problem at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll go over that. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and one more thing, one more process is there in the invoice, that is subsequent debit. Okay, subsequent debit. So, what is this process here? For already invoiced quantity, okay, for already invoiced quantity, if vendor is requesting to pay additional amount, okay, so that means maybe assuming the reason that price is low, okay, from the vendor perspective, the price is low, so he wants some additional amount. Then what we are going to do? We are going to create that as a subsequent debit. That means we are paying to the vendor here. Okay, so in this case, what we are trying to do here is, okay, we'll create an purchase order, ME21 yen. I'm going to keep the ME21 yen. For example, I'm going for 10 pieces here. Okay, no problem at all. And click on say yes. Maybe you will see the order quantity below menu, order quantity, and order value also menu. No need to worry about it. And now I'm saving this order. So the purchase order is created with the number 316. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm going to enter the MyGo. Okay. So MyGo also we are receiving all the 10 quantities only. Okay. 316. Observe the things. Yeah, so where we are getting it, John, and the quantity that we are receiving is 10 only. Okay, so now click on item OK and click on check and post it. Okay, and now I am creating an invoice here on my RO. So on the same day, and 316. Okay, what it is showing? 316. N22N. I'm going for purchase order and invoice. The connected is used as a better invoice only. And then, so I'm going for Mayo here, and also document number 317. Yeah, 316. Calculate the tax here, and yeah, so the amount we are paying is 51,932. This is the amount we are paying here. Yeah, so why it is blocked? Correct, not blocked. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. So here you have to select the invoice. Okay. Transaction that we have selected, that is not the exact one. Okay. Yeah. So we are creating an invoice, right? Yeah. So we are creating an invoice here for the document 316. Okay. Automatically it will calculate. Yeah, this should be done. Okay. Calculate the taxes and enter the amount 52,038. Yes. So now you can see it is corrected, can be posted here. Click on simulate and click on post. So once you post the amount, then assume due to some price fluctuation or quality reasons, the vendor is asking to pay additional amount. Say, for example, $10 per piece. Per bag, $10 per bag. He wants to. He's asking us to pay additional amount. So in that case, how we are going to do? We are going to enter that process as an subsequent debit here. So go to the same transaction code here, MIRO. Here you find the subsequent debit. Click on here and provide the date here. And here you're going to enter the same purchase order number 316. For this only we are paying. Here it is the amount and quantity is blank. For 10 pieces we are paying $10 as an extra amount. So 10 into 10, 100. So $100 that we are paying here. So we can also calculate the tax here if you want, and 118. If you do not select this tax, then without paying the tax we are paying the amount, that is one, yeah, so 100. Okay. The price is too high. Yeah, so we should not pay $10 like that. So we should pay only $5. So 20, yeah, $2 per dollar. So, and here we are not going to select the taxes also. I don't want to go for taxes. And how much is the amount to be paid? 20. Okay. Yeah. So now the amount, the balance becomes 0. We are paying the amount of 20. And click on simulate here. Yeah. So we have to enter the tax here. And click on post. So this is the way that you're going to see the subsequent debit here. So, and we have one more kind of the transaction that we are seeing as subsequent credit, and this also you need to execute here. Here the process is what is happening here. Okay, so here subsequent credit. Subsequent credit is reverse to your subsequent debit. Okay, so in the subsequent debit, what we did, we have paid to the vendor. Okay, we paid to the vendor when the vendor feels that the price is too low, something like this, some reasons. But subsequent credit is nothing but assume that, assume that the uh, the quality of the material is poor quality, or some price fluctuations are happened. Okay, due to some price fluctuations, the price is decreased. The price is decreased. So in this case also, we are going to ask them, we want to reduce the amount. Okay, we want to reduce the amount from already invoiced amount, already invoiced amount by vendor, from the vendor. So which means what we are trying to do here. So PO is generated for 25 pieces. Okay. For example, $2,500 is the price. And GR also we received 25 pieces, and the price is $2,500 only. And IR also we generated for 25 pieces, and we paid $2,500. Okay, we have paid $2,500 to the vendor. So after paying this amount, then we found that there is a poor quality goods. Okay, poor quality. The goods are poor quality. Then what we are asking the vendor to reduce the amount. So then we are going to create one subsequent credit. Okay, so in this we are going to enter the amount and quantity. Like how do we enter the amount and quantity for the subsequent debit? The same way we are going to enter the amount and the quantity. Maybe for one piece we want to reduce the $2. So that amount you have to enter and post it in the same T code here. Okay, so here, what is the difference between your credit memo and subsequent credit here? Credit memo is going to be entered to reduce the amount for the excessive quantity or amount, whereas subsequent credit is the quantity is fixed, but the amount only changed here. But the amount only changes here. So this is the way that you can able to perform subsequent debit and subsequent credit here. And I want you to execute this process. Okay, this process as an assignment for you. Okay, Robert.
Yes, yes, I understand. Okay,
Okay.
do my best.
Yeah. So definitely, I want you to do some kind of the exercise on it. Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
All right.
work on with this invoice verification, with this blocking the invoice and credit memo and
Mhm.
subsequent debit and subsequent credit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see in the
Sounds
next
good.
session. Yeah, we'll see in the next session for the special procurement processes. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Special
So
procurement, you say?
yeah, yeah, special procurement processes we have that we are going to
Yeah.
see from the Monday onwards. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll do
Yeah.
some practicing.
Yes. So now you got the like username and password also. Okay. So you please log into the SAP and do some hands-on for this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah, Robert. We'll see you on Monday at the same time, and we'll discuss about our special procurement processes.
Okay.
And most
All right.
probably
Sounds good.
we have another 10 to 15 sessions, so we'll complete our session. Okay.
Mhm. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Or
Uh, when you have time, I have about
hmm.
uh, maybe three questions to ask now
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
on
You
some of
can
that.
ask me.
But
Yeah.
if you don't have time today, we do it Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, does SAP have a like a cargo manifest form?
I'm not getting you.
You know what cargo manifest, like if I'm going to manifest something from point A to point B, a
Mm.
manifest.
Mm.
Does SAP have a manifest? If I'm going to ship some cargo
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
put it on a ship,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like a shipping manifest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So SAP will support for that. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be taken care by the delivery processing people. That is done by the SD people. Okay. So
Uh,
how the goods are going to be moved through ship or train or plane or something like that.
right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good deal. All right. Well,
Yeah.
talk
So
with you
you say,
Monday then.
yeah. On Monday we'll see. You said three questions, but you asked only one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had time. One more thing I need is receive goods without PO.
Yeah.
Maybe you went over that. I just got to look back on the video or something.
Yeah. So
Can you
yeah.
show me that right quick? Just receive goods without a PO.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. So in the MyGo, okay. So I'm a zero. When you go here, without PO also we can able to reserve the goods here. Okay, when you go to my go, yeah. So here goods receipt you have to select other. Okay. So and automatically system will pick the movement type as pass 01. Okay. Yeah. So here you see the goods receipt without the PO. So you have to enter the material here. What is the material you want to receive and the quantity, how much you want to receive. Okay. And then in the where tab, you have to maintain the plant, for which plant you want to receive and the store location, person. And here also you can provide the vendor from whom you are receiving these goods.
Yeah.
Okay. So and just to click on check and post it.
Yeah. Okay.
Documentation.
All right. That's
Yeah.
simple. That's simple.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the way that you're going to do the goods without PO. Goods receipt without PO.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
To put an item on inventory or in stock, yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
and like have a maximum and a minimum of stock,
No.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
can it do that? and also to issue something from stock.
Mhm. Okay, so that means when you want to put your stock, you want to set some maximum this much of stock only we can put and minimum this much of stock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So basically here, what is the process that we are doing? So we are procuring this material from the purchase order. We are procuring this material from the externally from the vendor. So how much we order the goods, so those much of quantity that we are going to receive it. So there is no maximum quantity that we need to put or minimum quantity that we need to put here. So that can be monitored and controlled only in the purchase order, whether to give an order below this minimum quantity and maximum this quantity. That you can see here in the info record, maybe you observed or not. Okay, so you can see here in the info record, ME12, I go for info record here for the plant. You see here you see standard quantity 50 and minimum quantity is 25 and maximum quantity. You can make it up. Okay, minimum quantity you are referring to 25 and maximum if you refer to 100, then only 100 bags are getting received here. Okay, maximum 100 bags only that we can able to put for this order. Okay, yeah, Robert, you got it?
Yeah, but I
Yes.
still don't look right.
Huh?
No, I'm saying, okay, just say you got a store. Say you have auto parts, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to fill your shelves and you want to look in your inventory program and see what you have on inventory in stock, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And say you place an order for some parts,
Mm-hmm.
and when you receive them,
Mm.
you want them to go directly into stock to
Yes.
show on-hand quantity,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then later, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you need to get it out, then you issue it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is this program set up like that?
Yes, yes, exactly. Maybe you have not, you observe here when you go for MMBE, okay, MMBE is the transaction code. When you're checking the stock overview here, okay, so execute. So it is going to show you one more stock as on order stock on hand. Okay, this is the stock that we have ordered but not yet received. Okay,
Mhm.
so this is on order stock here. This is actually the stock that we have at our plant and store location level, but this is the
Uh,
order stock that we have. Okay, on hand stock.
okay.
Okay, so this is way that you can make it out. So without receiving the goods, then it is going to show as on hand stock only, on order stock only.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah,
Uses different terminology. I'm not.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. Okay, no problem with that. Yeah, yeah, Robert.
All right. Good.
All right.
Good deal.
Yeah, good day, man, and have a good day. And we'll see you on Monday at the same time.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Right.
okay. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Have
Uh-huh.
a happy
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Oh yeah. Try to. You
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.